Let us look at some data mining concepts. Two fundamental concepts are of interest in data mining, especially in the core algorithms of data mining, especially the a priori based algorithms. These are what are called as associations and item sets. An association, when we say an association, it is a rule of the form if X then Y, as shown in this slide here, and it's denoted as X right arrow Y. Okay. For example, if India wins in cricket, sales of sweets goes up. Okay. If India wins in cricket, then sales of sweets goes up. Okay. So here X is India wins in cricket, and Y is the predicate that sales of sweets go up. Okay. So we say that we discover such a rule if we are able to conclusively say, based on analyzing the data, that whenever India wins in cricket, the sales of sweets go up. Okay. And on the other hand, suppose if there is any rule of this form, that is if X then Y, then I can imply that if Y then X. Okay. That is the ordering of these rules is not important. Okay. If India wins in cricket, then sales of sweets go up. If sales of sweets go up, then India has won in cricket, and so on, which may be true or may not be true. But if that is the case, then it is called an interesting item set. That is, it's just a set of items. For example, people buying school uniforms in June also buy school bags, or you can also say people buying school bags in June also buy school uniforms. So it's just a item set, that is school uniforms and school bags are a set of items which are interesting by themselves. Once we define the notion of association rule and an item set, we now come to the concept of support and confidence. That is, how do we discover a rule to be interesting? We say that a rule is interesting in the sense of frequent occurrences of a particular rule if the support for that rule is high enough. That is, the support for a given rule R is the ratio of the number of occurrences of R given all occurrences of all rules. Okay. So we will look into the exact or will illustrate the notion of support in the next slide with an example where it will become more clear. And when we say the confidence of a rule, okay, suppose I have a rule if X then Y, then the confidence of the rule is, suppose I know that X is true, okay, the ratio of all occurrences when Y is also true versus when for all other occurrences when X is true and something else is here. Okay. So that is it's the ratio of the number of occurrences of Y given X among all other occurrences given X. Okay. So if I know that X is true, with what confidence, with what percentage of confidence can I say that Y is also going to be true? Let us look at some examples here. Let us say these are some item sets. Let us say these are data that have been distilled from purchases of different consumers over a period of time or in a given month, let us say. Okay. So the first consumer has bought a bag, a uniform, and a set of crayons. The second consumer has bought books and bag and uniform. The third one has bought bag, uniform, and pencil, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now suppose I take the item set bag and uniform. Okay. Bag comma uniform. What is the support for this item set? Now the support for this item set is, look at all the transactions or the rows here in which bag and uniform occur. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, uniform and bag. Okay. So, out of a total of 10 rows, 5 of them have bag and uniform occurring in them. Therefore, the support for bag and uniform is 5 divided by 10, which is 0.5. That is, with this data set supports the assertion that bag and uniform will be bought together with 50% support, that is 0.5 as its support. Okay. What is the confidence what is the confidence for the rule if bag then uniform? That is, what is the confidence by which we say whenever somebody buys a bag, they also buy uniform? Okay. For this, we have to look at the set of all item sets or the set of all transactions or rows here in which bag and uniform bag occurs, rather not just uniform, okay, in which bag occurs. So bag occurs in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different rows, okay, out of which bag and uniform have occurred in 5 different rows. Therefore, the confidence for this assertion or this association rule is 5 divided by 8, which is about 62%. That means if some consumer has bought a bag, then with 62% of confidence or 62.5% of confidence, we can say that the consumer will also buy a uniform, a school uniform along with this. So the question now is, how do we mine or how do we find out the set of all interesting item sets and the set of all interesting association rules? Now look at it. Have a look at this previous slide once again. Now the association rule. When we talk about association rules, we have just, or rather, when we talk about item sets, first we just saw a single item set having 2 different elements here. Okay. But that need not be the case. Bag by itself could be an item set, a single element item set. Uniform by itself could be a single element item set. Crayons could be a single element item set. Or let us say bag, uniform and crayons could be a 3 element item set, and so on. So item sets could be of any size, size 1, size 2, size 3, size n, any set of elements. Now we have to find the set of all item sets, that is the set of all items that are bought together and that have been bought together frequently as part of this transaction log.